Hey everybody, John Skiba here from the Consumer Warrior YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to talk about how you can know if you're going to qualify for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. It's not based on how much debt you have. You might be surprised to know that. But if this is your first time here to my YouTube channel, please click subscribe. That way you'll be notified each and every week when I put out new videos that'll help you deal with your serious debt problem. All right, let's talk about Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Now, Chapter 7 bankruptcy, the bankruptcy code is the rules that govern how this all plays out. And a lot of people are surprised to know you have to qualify for it. And they base that upon your income and the number of people that live in your home. And so I want to go over kind of the way how you can calculate that and get a good idea, even before you talk to a bankruptcy attorney, if Chapter 7 is something that you're going to be able to do. Now, a lot of people think that when you look at Chapter 7 bankruptcy, it's all going to be about how much debt you have. Surprisingly, in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, the amount of debt doesn't even really play a role in it. You can actually have zero debt and file a Chapter 7. I don't know why you would do that, but you can. It just doesn't play, the amount of debt you have is not a consideration when looking into Chapter 7 as far as qualifying for it. What you do is you have to pass what's called the means test. And what they do is they look at your income and they look at the number of people in your home, and then they compare that to the average income of the typical household of your size in your state. And the way that they look at the income, it's an average. It's an average of the 6 months prior to you filing your Chapter 7 case. Now, what we're going to look at when you do this is gross numbers. Gross is before taxes, before deductions, before health insurance, before anything like that. And when you're getting your pay stubs together to help determine if you're going to qualify, you might as well get 7 months. And the reason why I say that is because they're not going to look at the month that you file your bankruptcy in. So I'm recording this in the month of August. If I'm filing a bankruptcy case in the month of August, the time period that I'm going to take an average of to determine if you qualify is July 31st, and then I'm going to go back 6 months from there. So you're not going to count the month that you're actually in right now, particularly if you're going to file your case. And so once you take the 6 months back, take an average of the gross, the before any deductions, take an average of that number, and then divide it by 6. So add them all up, divide by 6, so you have the average, and that's how you're going to be able to know what your average monthly income is. Next, you have to look at how many people live in your home. Now, often this is just, your family, whether it's a spouse or girlfriend, boyfriend, number of children, but it also could be things like if you have like an elderly parent or even a friend just living with you, you can count them in your total household when you're determining if you qualify for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Now, the numbers change and they vary from state to state and even from county to county in some jurisdictions. So I can give you some examples of what the numbers are like, but they do go up and down throughout the year. The best place to look for a table of your particular state is at the United States Trustee's Office. I'll put a link down in the notes below this video so you can click on there and get the most up-to-date information. But for example, here on my little cheat sheet that I use for consultations, for an individual in the state of Arizona in the month of August of 2022, the most you can make is $58,462 per year, or about $4,871 per month. So if you take your average and you're below $4,871 a month, or if you know that your income on an annual basis is below $58,000, you're automatically going to qualify. Now, for each member of the household, it does go up. On my form here, I have it all the way up to a household of 8. A household of 8 in August of 2022 in the state of Arizona can make up to $129,341 per year, or $10,778 per month. So you can see it goes up considerably based on the number of people. Now, what if you're over it? The limit is Chapter 7 cut off completely? No. There are numerous deductions we can make, including taxes, health insurance, life insurance, car payments, mortgage payments. All these things go into this where we can deduct those from your overall gross to help bring those numbers down. So if you're just somewhat above it, you probably can still qualify. If your income is twice as much as allowed, you're probably not. You're looking more at a Chapter 13 type filing. So it's important, as you're kind of just trying to get a ballpark idea of if you qualify for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy under the means test, get those 7 months of bank statements. Don't count the month you're in, count the 6 months prior to that, take an average, and then compare that to the numbers in your jurisdiction based upon the United States Trustees guidelines under the means test. Again, I'll put that link down below. If you're in the state of Arizona and you're contemplating bankruptcy, I offer free consultations. I'm happy to meet with you, discuss the means test and everything else that it takes to qualify for a Chapter 7 and determine if it's a good option for your debt situation. Thanks for watching today.